We're busy, but I just
Have to buy my apple.
Yes, you do.
But you know what? I don't understand.
Si nomás hay martillo, we
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
We're good. How are you? How are you?
I'm still alive.
That's a winning.
You're ahead of the game.
You're ahead of the ball.
Vivo y
Go ahead. Yes.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, I think we have a form, so we can begin. Welcome to the August 21st, 2024 Blue Ribbon Committee for People with Disabilities. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And I've been, well, let's do the approval of minutes and then we'll move on. Besides the approval of minutes, you should have them on your right-hand side. Any changes, revisions, corrections?
I have a question. On the second page, we have a thorough listing of the possible venues. Remember, we discussed, possible places we could, have the symposium. But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we decided to have it here?
Last discussion was that we were gonna have it in this room.
Okay,
So, would you like for me to put in that the decision was made to have it?
I think so, right? Did we just?
I'm not discussing. I can
Yes.
have that.
Diana, you were out.
No, ¿qué pasó? I'm like a staple here.
That's right.
Fírmale, porque the principal's gonna sign me out.
Did we not agree that the symposium would take place
Yes,
here?
it was. I forgot to
Yes.
put it in the.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, well, but then again, I sent an email to Mr. Chamberlain and Erica to assure that we're okay with that, right?
And we are?
We're okay with that?
I'll add it on.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cecilia.
The other part to that is that the mayor's supposed to be here that day? at
For the
9:30?
proclamation.
You want me to add what else?
Proclamation.
Well, but that wasn't confirmed at that time. I
Right.
think the,
So
so
confirm that
the,
after the fact.
the notes are
So I can
correct
confirm it
that,
on this, on this.
For this meeting.
Okay.
yes,
Mhm.
I can give an update when
Okay.
we get to the
Anything
items.
else?
Yes.
Any other changes? No? Okay, so we can, are there any public comments?
No comment.
Okay. Discussion with possible action regarding update to committee website. We had discussed a number of things that needed to be eliminated, some links, as
I
well
have
as.
not heard back from, Emmett, but if he'll write to me, then I can give him that information.
I know that we're working on it, some updates were made,
Okay.
but I would need to circle back on that.
That's
But I know that the changes requested, had been already worked on, and we just needed to kind of verify that everything's
I
working.
really need him to, shoot me an email, you know why? If there are some that are going to be inactive that met a possible need out there, I'd like to find another that could take its place.
Okay,
So
I'll go ahead and let
if
them
you
know.
just send me an email, that would be really appreciated, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you both. The other part to this was you all were supposed to, or we were supposed to send like update photographs of ourselves. And you had some beautiful updates.
I'm waiting to lose weight, okay?
Oh, yeah, you know, just an idea. There's those, oh yeah, there's those AI apps, cause these people at work have been doing like, hey, dude, where you hiding these? It's AI, what the heck? So you take this nasty little raunchy picture, pácatela, you look great. And they're free, I said, well, how much did you pay for that? Because I had to go to the darn photographer and I need a little more help, nothing else. It is what it is.
Where was supposed to send it to who?
To Angie, please?
To Angie.
For an updated.
Okay.
And if we could get the website towards, AI,
AI.
so that we can all use
Yeah.
it. And like keep it creative.
If you use AI.
The size of the chit chat, right?
There's a fly the size of a chit chat.
Yes.
So did we approve the minutes or no, because they're gonna
She
change
sent
it?
the,
She said she's going to
They're
be
gonna make those, they're
amended.
gonna tweak it.
Okay.
Okay, so we approve the minutes based on, as long as the changes are made, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
okay, good.
so first, second,
All is good and
I'll
loving.
move.
Miss Erica, do you have
Second.
a, key?
Second. Second.
no,
Thank you.
we didn't, did we do a WebEx this time?
No.
I don't think we got a third.
Sorry. Well, then Ms. Abigail, no, we're recording the meeting, so we can send her the recording after the fact, but we didn't navigate, we
Very
didn't
helpful.
facilitate, WebEx this time.
Okay.
AI, if you put a recording, it will do it for you.
So,
Probably high tech water.
so the next two items, we're gonna like skip them momentarily.
Sure.
We're gonna move on to discussion and possible action regarding recent updates and final details necessary to host employer symposium scheduled for October 2nd, 2024.
Mhm. So I'll give updates, and then you all can chime in, whoever's on the subcommittee. So we had our, I think it was our, third meeting yesterday? Really good meeting, so our invitation is ready. It would be on the Evite platform. We will be needing emails, because that's the only way we can utilize that platform, right? So I agreed to put together a format email, so we're all singing the same song. Because if I send it, which I am sending it rather, not everybody may know who I am. And then we say, oh, this is junk, da, da, da. So we're gonna do a format email that I'll put together and send to all the subcommittee members. They in turn will send that email, because I will be sending the actual invitation, the actual Evite. So we agreed we would manage it that way. So apparently we are set for October 2nd, which is a Wednesday, right? So time, we went back and forth with the time, because we know employers need to get back to their office, but being that we're gonna have the proclamation, right? It's 9:30, right, Erica? So we're gonna say 9 o'clock. That way we can have people seated and ready, and that way at 9:30, we'll take off with the proclamation, and we'll have an audience here, yada, yada, yada. Okay. What else? Oh, we spoke on, I took all this time this morning to do my notes. Y pa' que te las quedé on my desk, and I ran.
I heard I have to do my nails. You can...
No, I don't have time for that. I do too many crafts to do that. Oh yeah, anyway, so we spoke on that. We spoke on who would be outreaching the employers. We spoke on the, and Carlos isn't here, I wish he was. We spoke on the success stories. So Carlos is gonna reach out to you, Erica, so that you could be one of the employers, right, from the city, with Mr. Granados, is my understanding. But he wanted to talk to you because he was on that platform, on that VR
Yeah, that sounds great.
service like for 10 years. So Carlos submitted your name and that employee to take the floor and have that conversation. And then Ceci was gonna work on another one, is my understanding, right? To have those two.
We just need to make sure that we have, what is it called, release?
Yes.
To be able to do that, so we'll
Yeah, for
work it out.
pictures and everything
For the
else.
testimonials?
Yes,
Testimonials,
for the
yeah.
testimonials.
So we have 10 years of testimonies, so
Okay.
Yeah,
You're good.
we're good, we should go
We're
back to
good.
year one.
yeah, so we're good in that area. ¿Qué más?
10 years of testimonials?
Well, because she's been doing it that long,
Okay.
so she can pull some out, some really good ones. I know Marta San Miguel had mentioned Amazon, right? Because she'd like to show, or the committee would like to show a large employer. And then Ceci chimed in because, of course, Ceci works very closely with HEB and they have the Bridges program. So we're thinking of bringing HEB, right, as an employer who's already doing it. They already have a program that's working, and Ceci's gonna do the honors of you know, tapping into that and bringing HEB.
That's great.
I think that would be great. We did talk about, because I did read your email, Dr. Ruthinger, regarding the chamber. So Ceci, being a part of the chamber, is gonna reach out and go through those channels to see what we can do there to, you know, kick up some excitement and whatnot. What else? We were pending pastries, coffee, and water. That's all we're gonna have. Ni modo. Have no money. And I sent Erica and Mr. Chamberlain an email, right, waiting on your response. And if that's not something that would work, Lisa, you want to talk a little bit about LEAF, what you have going on there?
Yeah, well, we're a small support group, founded back in 2012. We haven't really had a lot of activities after COVID.
Mhm.
But we're still out there, you know, trying to make a, you know, presence and a difference. And so we'd be happy to provide, you know, the refreshments and the pastries if, you know, the city's not able to do that.
Mhm.
We'd be able to sponsor that.
And we could do something in conjunction too, like if we bring like a very basic, maybe like just fruit, granola bars and water, and if you wanted to bring like complement that with something else, that would work as well.
Yeah, it's up to you all, whatever you all want me to get, we'll be more than happy to sponsor that.
And we appreciate that. We can go over the firm hard details, right? But
Yes.
just know that at least we've got, you know, you and the health department that are willing to do that, and we appreciate that.
I wanted to add something.
Yes.
Today, as a matter of fact, as we speak, we're having what's it called, symposium also in San Antonio at the Chamber, Maestro program, sorry. And our agency brought in HEB, IRS, which is a big component because they come in and they tell you all the details. So there's no foul, no play, whatever. That could be another component that could be added on. We can get a local IRS person or from wherever to come in and add to that component and information.
So through the VR presentation, right, I know it's Nick Casillas, no, Rick, is it Rick Casillas? I thought it was Nick.
What name?
I think it's Nick Casillas.
Oh my God, there's two now.
Yeah, they're all over the place,
Sorry,
okay.
I don't know what's going on.
We're all right. Nick Casillas would be the gentleman that would do the presentation. Those are the subject matter experts, right? With Mr. Senties, who's the accessibility individual who would do the training there. So we're saying they need about an hour to do that presentation. I took the liberty to prepare and have reviewed that presentation with the subcommittee on some questions that can kind of crack that nut so we can open that conversation, right? So we've looked at it, we've agreed on it. I think there are 9 or 10 slides with the interactive Mentimeter presentation that Ceci has given us access to because there is a cost. And I prepared that. So the way it should flow that we agreed on is, of course, we'll have the mayor do the proclamation, right? Then we will come in with that presentation to kind of open up the conversations, and we'll have an actual number. So question number 1 has 3 GIFs or emojis, right? And then they're gonna select one, and then you'll know, hey, you know, out of the 15 employers that are here, 10 or more are concerned about this. So we'll take note, right? And we'll have that information to work with afterwards too.
Like a survey?
It's not a survey, it's an interactive presentation that you can take data from as well,
Oh,
right?
It's
So
an
it's-
interactive survey.
yeah, it's really cool.
okay.
And then we'll do that to kind of open it up and get people comfortable, and then we're not be all stuffed shirt, you know, this is your committee, we're here to serve our community. It's not about us, it's not about you, it's about what are we gonna do to come together to serve our community and know that we're here to serve, right? So, we'll have the employers do that, wrap that up. I think that's gonna take about 10, 15 minutes, if that. And then VR will come in, the subject matter experts, and explain everything regarding the services, the tax credit, incentives, the accessibility, what's out there for employers so they've got a better picture of what really is out there. And then we'll wrap it up and open up to employers with some questions. And that'll be a wrap. So we're saying 9, really we're starting 9:30, we're saying 9, Laredo time, right? We're saying 9, so we can get going at 9:30, have Mayor do the proclamation, and then take off with the agenda, and we'll wrap up by noon, and then they can take off and go to lunch.
Great.
But in a nutshell, pretty much that's where we are and what we've done.
I was thinking in your agenda, obviously you already have your outline of what you're gonna do with time parameters. But I'm thinking if we need to give thanks for refreshments, maybe we can honor them there.
That would be great, yes, for sure. Any partners that we need to honor,
We can
absolutely.
put them on the trifold or whatever we're gonna use.
Yes, for sure. That's a very good point. Yeah, for recognition of the
The
partnership.
interactive software that Vanessa knows, that's the same software you guys use when you do the
No.
plan for the.
We used Microsoft 365. It was
Yeah,
just
this is a
software.
Mentimeter, it's called Mentimeter.
So people,
But
They use a QR code and it's in real time, and then with their phones, they'll
And it
respond.
shows the.
And it'll keep them engaged.
Yeah, and if it's cloud-based, there should be no issues in technology here.
Yes.
I do have to step out, but yes, I mean, we've covered kind of everything on my end. Mayor is confirmed, his office is confirmed. The only thing I would need, I know it was pending, was the language for the proclamation. I just would rather it come from
For
the
y'all.
committee
Mhm.
than, us looking for something, so we could get that in
Yes.
time for them.
Martha's looking into that for you.
Great,
Mhm.
and then, location set, I've carved out the time in our calendar. We'll work out on the setup. If you want something specific, just let me know, but I would figure just regular presentation setup kind of towards this way was going to work.
Yes.
Refreshments kind of where Andy is typically what we do. Yeah, so we're pretty much set. I don't think it'll be an issue for the food. Again, we'll keep it to kind of fruit
Sure.
and water,
Yes.
coffee, we could do coffee. We'll have it set up by then, but again, if you guys wanna support with any other complimentary, that would be great too. Just let
Yes.
us know, so we can facilitate or leave that space there.
Okay.
So I think we're good, right?
Okay, yes.
If you need anything from me, feel free to also let me know if I need to kind of interject in your subcommittee meetings.
Mhm.
Send me the information and I could try to participate, or if not, just if whatever is needed, shoot me an email and, we should be able to
Excuse me, I have a
support.
question. Just, you said Martha's gonna take the lead on the proclamation. Does she have a sample?
Well, see,
And
because
giving the sample.
through vocational rehabilitation, they've done them.
Oh, so she
Right,
has
for
a sample.
October disability,
Okay.
employment
Perfect.
So
awareness.
they'll send me the language and then I'll go ahead and work
Send
with
it
the
up
mayor's
to the mayor's
office so that
office.
it's ready.
Mhm.
Mhm. So, was there anything else? I think we're okay. I am going to integrate our comms, so Hyman, Deidre will be also aware of the event, so any additional support that you might need in, providing the information out, disseminating the information, we're ready to support that as well. In terms of the chamber, so I'm connected through them, through City of Laredo Health Department, I'm in a subcommittee for healthcare with them. I'm also in the Small Business Development, Committee through Cure and through my parents' business, so, if you need any additional support with that, I could also reiterate, for them to support, to have employers come to the event.
How many weeks in advance does, Pat need to know that we need for them to film something?
PAC is usually connected, through the proclamation, but I can connect through their
Because
office.
I'm thinking if we take a video of it, we could later edit and put it up on the website.
Okay, I can ask, I'll confirm that PAC will
And
be
if we
here through
need
the
to
entire.
go to a presentation, like we sometimes are called upon to go present to the city of Laredo, the chamber, we
Yeah.
will have that video to
Yeah.
show.
I have a
Yes.
recommendation that we could, mostly focus on the success stories that could be put up on the website. Because I
Yes.
think that would be a plus for the committee and community, right? If we can get those success
Absolutely.
stories
Absolutely.
videoed,
Okay.
that would be great.
Yeah, I know for sure they're always there for the proclamation. I'll confirm that they'll be here for the entirety of the event. And then from there, we'll have all that footage that you can then manipulate into presentation material.
Erica, and I think, and, everybody, the chamber starts, their newsletter is, what
They do weekly,
It-
so.
but it's-
they do
but you have to
weekly.
submit, cause I think if you start publishing on the newsletter starting in
Now,
October,
yeah.
September, since you already have the invite, you have to save the date.
Mhm.
Let's start putting it out there, and I think that at least 4 weeks in
Yeah.
advance, people can make
If
preparations to attend.
Excellent.
you already have a graphic, yeah, we could definitely share that with them, and I know they're really good about.
Actually, we don't have a graphic, and that was one of the topics we talked about. So we talked about adding in a save the day to the actual Evite, right, which I can do on that same platform. We'll need the emails to do that, right? And then we also talked about a flyer. Are we gonna do a flyer? Are we not gonna do a flyer? Are we just going electronic?
I think you're gonna need a flyer for the chamber, because I think that's
Okay.
what they publish.
Well,
Yeah, they
you
do.
you can go ahead and send it to a PDF and then they
Yeah.
publish it like that.
So we're gonna
Because
do
we
one.
can snip the Evite and send the Evite, because it's got all the information and all the detail, which they can actually put in there.
Yeah, but then you can send that to Erica, and then she can just send it to the chamber.
Send me what you have, and then if anything, if we need additional support, I can ask Heimer or Deidre to see if they can.
Okay,
do that.
sounds good. And regarding media, I mean, we do want to get this to the media, of course, the proclamation. and, a write-up, right, which I can commit to do, for the BRC, so that we can get something nice out there, into the media and let community know that we're here, right, to support them. So I can commit to do that. Okay.
If you send me something we could do, so we could send it out through our comms office on behalf of the Blue Ribbon Committee, and kind of work it that way it comes from Jaime, and they, media partners kind of know his name and know that it's
Yeah,
something.
I'm very
I want
connected to the media too, being that I do the marketing
Yes,
for the
right.
hospitals, right? But, yeah, any supports that we can get would be great. But, well, I do want us to get something out there for sure,
Yeah,
right?
and at least the first week of September.
Yeah, so we're gonna do any pictures with the mayor, cause he's gonna just be in and out. Pictures will need to be done
Right after.
right after, and get some employers in there, the BRC members and those subject matters, that experts that be, right? And then we'll do that nice picture, and I can do a write-up and get it to the media. Mhm.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, proclamation, so, typically we do a very short agenda for comments, so, would you want, I know Dr. Chamberlain can provide some remarks, Mr. Castillo as the chair, if you're willing, or I
Yeah.
don't know if you wanna.
Yeah, I think because of the time that we have, right, it's gonna be a very tight agenda. Mayor's gonna be in and out. Mr. Castillo, and you as our, chair, if you would just, give a couple of words, I think we'd be good with that. What do you all think?
I think, yeah, short into the good story.
Yeah.
Go from place to place. I do have, if it's gonna be the employers, do we have more or less an idea? So it's gonna be open to the whole.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah.
industries?
We
that
wanna
talked about
hit,
that?
we talked about the public sector, private sector, right? Even your 501c3s, because they're employers too. Whoever it is that we would have a relationship with, and, thank you, Erica. Whoever we would wanna, whoever we have those established relationships with, we did talk about the schools, and we can get the transitional teachers, if that's what you would refer to them as, to have them come, right? If they've got those students in their classes who are already gonna transition out and maybe looking for employment, that way they know, hey, we've got these employers here, we'll have a sign-in sheet, right, with their contact information, so that we could assure that we're assisting our schools and those students as well.
Good. So I was just thinking, will there be enough room in here?
Well, because that opens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
I was
idea
thinking-
is, I was here the other day for one of the ECI,
Oh.
and they had like about maybe, they had a good turnout, about 50 people with partners, and they had, informational booths. It was a little tight, and I thought, no, that's gonna have to open for sure. So I'll make sure and communicate that to Erica, that it's gonna be the whole shebang,
Okay.
right? I don't think we need tables.
I was gonna ask you, how
Yeah.
do you see it being set up?
Yeah, I just think we just need like a, classroom setting facing this way, that we've got the AV equipment over here.
As chairs, you mean?
Yeah,
chairs?
just chairs, and if anything, we'll have tables, of course, for the pastries and the sign-in
Turn it on
table.
the sides?
Yeah,
And then VR will bring their info?
yeah, VR they have a vetted presentation, cause it's gotta be vetted.
So like the employers will get copies, like somebody to write
Well,
notes?
we can ask, if they're gonna bring like something where they can write notes, that's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
they're gonna
Cause
take
it's a
care of.
vetted presentation, and with contact information too, which I think they put on that presentation.
Yeah.
For sure, but that,
And we're gonna need
if I
a-
remember correctly.
Oh, I was
they do,
gonna
they
say we
put
need
on-
a sign-in sheet, but no, you'll get the emails from the email.
No, we are gonna do a sign-in sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, cause we're gonna have the emails in the e-vi, but we do want a sign-in sheet, that way we know who was here, how many we had, yada
Yeah,
yada.
and then we have to
It
do
just
some
has
type
them
of,
have some more skin in the game
like, I
too.
think we need to do some type of follow-up. You know,
Yeah.
like, once they leave from here, follow it up, I don't know, once
So
a
the
month.
sign, you can put in their email, phone number, whatever.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
can track data for progress.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like, did
sure.
it work, did it not work, are we doing this again next year, are we wasting our time?
Right, no, I agree.
Like, we need data.
We never waste our time.
No, I know, but you.
Not in this committee.
But you have to. I think you know what I mean.
Of course.
You know, like, they can keep here and nothing happens. So like, we wanna know how successful was it?
Yes.
That's just my opinion.
For a follow-up, no, I totally agree.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
data.
accountability.
Yeah, just to see, even if we get 1, 2, okay, that's 1, 2, you know?
That's key.
That's a start.
Yeah,
It could be a survey.
yeah.
Yeah, just, and then.
For sure, we should do a survey.
Yes, and then the follow-up, we get it.
Yes.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah, we can do a
I like
survey.
data.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's
I'm
good
looking
for
for
follow-up.
data.
No,
I like
for sure.
action.
You like action? Because I know.
I like, what do you
I
like?
like both. I like
What do you,
both.
only?
I like exhibition.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
And that, what am I?
Oh, you're the sparkle.
I'm
Oh,
the
yeah,
sparkle.
and me?
Well,
What's your
she's
leader?
sparkle.
I was the mascot. Oh, you're the mascot. And you were the cheerleader. Yes, you sparkle.
I'm
Sparkle.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Bueno, okay, sorry. So that's where we are.
We all thought about the stroke.
Support.
Yes, they're on the list. Yes. They're on the, and they're part, their house there with Miss Jackie.
They're great.
Yeah, and they're part of the Laredo Health Coalition, because I'm one of the co-chairs on that coalition too. I'm gonna push it through there too. You know, there's employers, what community resources are out there and all that good stuff, so, for sure.
Really good business people also within that group.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Well, I just want to applaud you all, whoever's in the subcommittee, because you've done a lot of work.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a team effort.
Nice job.
It's just,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
Beautiful energy.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream
We
work.
figure we have to wake up sometime, so.
Okay,
So we got it.
I have a question.
Yes,
After
what-
this,
what-
we were gonna discuss something else, because I have a 12 noon.
A ver, what we're gonna
Anything
Well,
discuss?
we only have the presentations of,
That we're taking, that we didn't do at the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
every
Yeah.
discussion has been discussed.
yes.
Yes, we're pretty much.
So, Danny, Dr. Wizard, do you all have any questions for us regarding where we're at, how we're
You've
going?
answered them for me. I had questions about how you're gonna set up. I had questions, you know, do you have a flyer, you're gonna send the information? I had questions about the videographing of the whole thing so that we can then, like you said, put the snippets where we need it on the website. All those things have been answered. How about you?
Fine.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much for all the work you've done.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
great.
Mhm.
She's a wedding planner.
Oh.
Wow.
She's a
Now
cheerleader.
you're coming with plan, pero es la bomba.
Depends on the situation.
oh my
Okay,
God.
so
What about
if there's
Momo's
no
wedding?
more official discussion regarding
Yes,
that.
ándale, dale. All right.
Okay.
Next item was, let's go back. Discussion with possible, no. Report on family support for children and young adults with special needs.
Yes, so Liz, I couldn't make it today. She had a client and a state meeting to attend at the same time. But she did want me to share that, an organization, the Texas Council for Developmental Disabilities, they reached out to her to see, if she could invite, any self-advocates, maybe some committee members from here, to attend this new, initiative called Platicas, which is something that they want to know, kind of like a meeting for a needs assessment, for Spanish-speaking families. So they wanted to meet in small groups, kind of get our perspectives, what is the crucial things that are missing here in South Texas. So she would share with you guys the dates, through Erica and also through Miss Angie, whenever these are going to happen. But she was very excited to kind of give the invitation to Gisette, the whole department, and for her to disseminate, to organizations, specifically also the committee as well. But she'll share those dates with you guys when she finds them out. And that was all the report for her program. But for the Autism Surveillance Division, our reports is that, again, we already finished our first year. We have the data. We're working on it through building a community report. We're going to give it out in March of 2025. We already made the prevalence rates. We already made the ratios. We already have that already in-house, so we're now developing it. Now, and then we're also writing a published paper on it in conjunction with the CDC. So we're going to be collaborating with the other 16 sites to create a huge report, and that's also going to be shared in 2025. And it's a big thing because Texas has never been part of this CDC report, and now CDC is going to, Texas is going to be part of it, Laredo and Austin in conjunction. So it's going to be a very nice report for us to share with you guys and for you guys to review. And then as well, if you all need any assistance with the Employer Symposium, you can also let us know. We're also in conjunction with Erica, so anything you guys need in regards of sharing information, any door knocking you guys want us to do, anything, we're open to helping you guys in that arena. And I think the last thing is that we also would like to, I guess, make a needs assessment for our community via survey. Just in regards for any families with children or youth with any disabilities, there's different realms that we want to focus on, whether it be workforce, education. There is many different realms, but there was one that was done by, I believe it was Minnesota or Indiana, but it was a large state needs assessment for children with disabilities or adults with disabilities. And we thought we wanted to replicate it, to do it in Laredo in a small scale, see how it goes, and then hopefully do it in Austin in conjunction with them, and hopefully combining forces and expanding it to a statewide needs assessment. But right now we already have the survey developed. We're just trying to find a platform to better share it with, because right now we're using ArcGIS, and I think it's good, but it's not really made to do surveys. We also
SurveyMonkey.
Yeah, we use that one as well. We already have it planned. We just have different avenues. We want to see which one is more user friendly. We also have Quadtrix. That was another one, but I think it caps on, I think, like 600 responses. So we don't want to place it there and then get some turnout and then it kind of cuts everyone off and it doesn't accept any more responses. But we have it in those avenues. We're trying to figure out which one is best, but we hope to finish it and then send it to you guys for review. We already have it also in a paper format. So I can bring it in next meeting, you guys can take a look at it, see if it's something that we want to run with, and we can share it ourselves and publish it wherever it needs to be published and get those insights, and yeah.
I have a question. The first year data is gonna be available, you said March 2025?
Yes, March.
It's always very useful when you're planning to look at data year to year, by definition first year. You're saying we don't have anything prior to
Yes,
this?
not prior, because our division was the first time we have ever been awarded for this. So we're under the Autism and Developmental Disabilities Monitoring Network with the CDC.
So by definition, we can't compare to
Yeah.
anything?
No, this would be the baseline in general. So this is just stating baseline, but this year, that's upcoming, we're going to do another surveillance year. So it's going to be year 2024, which we're currently at, which we can't collect yet because it's not done. So January 1st, we would start collecting more data for this current year. And then now we have year 2022 and year 2024 to compare with.
Okay,
and
that's
see
good.
what's going on longitudinal.
That's good.
Of course.
Your autism survey or study is based on the age of, was it 3 or 8, and then 15?
It's 4, 8, and 16 years old.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 age groups we're focused on for survey.
Yeah, it's in the minutes.
Yeah. 4, 8, 16. Yeah. But other than that, I will go ahead and print out the version of the needs assessment, get your guys' perspective, see if it's something that we should do, and the Autism Surveillance Division can help you guys out and facilitate that needs assessment.
Thank you, Kathy. Any other questions?
I was just thinking in terms of engineering the questions, it's important when you're putting a research project together to ask yourself, what is the purpose? Why am I doing this? And that kind of leads you, a question well defined is half solved. So if you can get your concentration of what is the use for this data, then it helps you engineer a better, not just result, but useful.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something that we definitely wanted to replicate, because this was already been used by this state and they've done it since, I think, 2012. So this is a survey and there's questions that have been standardized for years. Yeah, for that. Yeah, it's been standardized and it's a large needs assessment questionnaire. So it's not something that we developed ourselves, but we use with other researchers.
But you're replicating.
Yeah, replicating it, yes. So we're not just voting it off, but their whole initiative and what we hope to do is kind of just understand what's going on in the radar, where we need to focus on, and these results, we can bring it back to the committee and see the areas of need. So we can be like, in the workforce area, here's what the community is saying. We bring it to the committee, and then it's something we can be like, okay, well, if they're lacking.
Work off of that.
Yeah, and help out in that, whether it's a lack of education, we can create more, maybe, I don't know, sessions where we can educate the community on this different area.
Recreation.
Yes, yeah, so these are also great areas, so
Somebody gave the flag. It's like a permit. It's got to be.
Thank you so much.
You have the right.
I'll go ahead and break up so you guys can see it, and then if you guys have different areas we should include.
Data on the autism should be
Yes, no, we're very excited. We have all the graphs ready. Unfortunately, we wish we could share with everybody already, but yeah. We made a
You won't tell anybody.
and everything that it had to be embargoed, but we're very excited to share it in a meaningful way, not just throw data out there, but also what it means to our community as well. So we're working on that.
Thank you.
So you also love data.
Yes, I love data. I'm a data girl.
Call me weird.
Okay, so the last item is announcements.
I have a couple of announcements. Apart from the Night to Shine, which you all should already know, what day is it? What day is it? It's really simple. The Friday before Valentine's Day, okay? So we're expecting a good group of people, including those people in this room, okay? So having said that, but I did want to share something. I have an MOU with the city of Laredo, and we're able to do work experiences throughout the city of Laredo. Well, that prompted the thought that we should have all of Laredo to choose where we train our individuals. Our agency went through the county commissioner's court, and we secured an MOU with the county as well. So that means that if someone says, you know, I'd like to learn how to shred papers, we find a department that shreds papers and we teach them how to do those things. The state is moving towards customized employment. That means employment that is, has longevity and has a stronger foundation for success. So if we're going to move into that direction, the idea is that eventually providers like ourselves will go in there and say, okay, you know what, you're paying $20 for, you know, Yana to I don't know, arrange the things in the cafeteria. Let's find out those areas that you don't have to pay so much. Create a job for someone with a disability and cater that job to that person. So now we have the city and we have the county. So we're going after nonprofits afterwards. We're looking for training, and you know what? I want to give a shout out to down at the Canina. I walked up there for the first time in my life. I felt like I'm either a very insecure person or an old person, because I walked up there and I said, I'm not exactly how this works. He goes, don't worry, I will guide you. And it was really sweet because he listened, and then afterwards he said, you sold me. I said, yes, I feel like I was on The Price is Right. Yes. And so it was a great, for our agency, it's a victory. It's been 10 years of working. And the following day, we got a call from San Antonio. So on Monday, we met with San Antonio Human Resource Department. So I figure that if we lay the foundation in one place, we can use what we find. The city of Laredo gave us a foundation. We can use what we find, and we create a better tomorrow for everyone.
Sparkle!
Yes. Sparkle.
Get our teacher gets it.
Yes, Sparkle!
She also forgot to mention that she went to LISD.
Yes.
And with
Oh, yes.
I'm not.
We met with LISD.
Who was there? Who was there?
Ms. Ordonio went ahead and facilitated she sent out an email, and the next thing I know, Sylvia Rios, the superintendent for LISD, called up, and I do a lot of talking. I did listening for 40 minutes. And the fire in that superintendent was amazing, you know. It was, and then the Lord blessed us because we did the talk, and at the time we went ahead and had the talk. Dr. Cruz was not in UISD, so we had a double whammy there. We got an opportunity, and the idea is to start off with a pre-employment skills training in the school system, and then help people navigate towards post-secondary options. Excellent. And so I think it's a seamless transition. Ms. Ordonio, you have been a blessing. Thank you so much. And so we're working towards that. I think everything works out. You have to have outside entities that have the same passion and bring in everything in a way where it makes sense. So thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
And before we adjourn, Dr. Castellon, I wanted to see if we could add for next time or a couple of months from now. I really want the City of Laredo Parks and Rec to come in and say what they have for the adults. We're working on the adults now. What they can provide for the adults, that are out there in the community, like my son who's home, and there's many of them who are home. What do they have? Can they open a pool? Can they open a splash pad? Can they open the rec center? Something, maybe give us an
agenda for
hour.
next time.
Could you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And have them come in.
Absolutely.
You know what, Ms. Orduno, I was wanting to reach out to the Cherish Center, right? Because all of those kiddos age out and graduate from the Cherish Center, right?
Right.
Wondering if they do not want or need a paycheck, would they be willing to open it up for them to volunteer? Because they've gone through all the training.
They have the
Do they already have a
Yes.
volunteer?
Yeah, they
Where
do.
they could go and volunteer there, and they're not on payroll or anything?
I think the glitch there is, it's the idea that, for example, when we do a placement for someone to learn, we provide, and Dennis can tell you, we provide a job coach. For some of our young men and women who are going to make that post-transition, if they volunteer, but they need assistance with someone to watch, the city of Laredo doesn't provide a job coach. Now, if they're able to do the task, they might need, especially during the initial process, they will need some type of guidance. So going.
Even though it's not employment, it's
It's
volunteer.
even though it's not employment, for example, in the case of Ms. Orduno's son, he probably would need someone to guide him and provide him direct supports so that he would understand what needs to be done. So that's maybe something, a component that the city can look into. It's part of giving back to community. You take a buddy, and you're a big brother, big sister type of buddy.
But what do they have established now? So it's, they volunteer, and they're open for them to
Yes,
volunteer?
yes.
And they're there all day?
No, not all day.
How
No.
long are they
They
there?
come in for a few hours.
Okay.
They come in for
So,
a
you
few
know
hours.
what we could pull from maybe is, well, you've worked with the schools too. There's a lot of retired teachers that have experience.
I
job
talked to
coaching.
Novato, Miss
You have?
Mary Lee. Yeah. And so they're looking at that because it is a commitment and it's something when you're working with individuals with disabilities, you can't say, I'm okay today, but I'm not okay tomorrow.
And
Because that's not an
You have
option.
to be
On the-
consistent.
And on the flip side to that, so the ones that they get their check, they get very worried about the hours and going over, so it doesn't affect their
That
check.
would be like volunteer.
Yeah, but there's, I think education is the key.
Yes.
I know we're trying to educate, employers, but a big component of making sure that we have a city that's inclusive is educating parents. Not every parent understands that there's a benefits analysis that can be done. I have a young lady that is working, she works 2 days a week, she works 2 hours each day. And she goes free to the movies every single week and can take people with her. But that's all she wants to work, and that's all her mom wants her to work. But she gets to wear a shirt that says, I belong to this organization. So I think we're focusing on employers right now, but we need to also focus on educating parents.
Yes,
And demystifying the idea that they can lose their benefits, because socially, people need to interact. Otherwise,
Yes.
there's no life.
That's
Yeah,
very true.
yes.
And you know what, that's a great start, like you say,
Yes.
Mr. Lourdes. You know, what are we gonna do for these individuals who have aged out of school and whatever other system is out there that they've got the support? I mean, we don't want them just home,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sissy, for all your work. Congratulations for all the walls you've been able to
Awesome.
It was not me, it was, it goes for all the
It was a matter of stairs for sure.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on your recent achievements and past achievements.
You know what, I'll give you one last statement. I was with the city of San Antonio and we've got all these people there and everything. I said, I just wanna let you know ahead of time. I said, I'm worse than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I said, if you don't tell me no, I will be back. Every single time. And they thought it was really funny because I think that's how great things are accomplished. And what we accomplish is nothing compared to what can happen if people come together. So I think that's what we need to do.
Thank you.
So thank you, bye.
Yes, no,
The
thank
journey
you.
of 1,000,000 miles starts
Yes.
with one step.
That's right.
Okay, and I move that we.
So moved, yes.
Yes. Can you believe it, right on time?
Oh.